All right, everybody, we're going to get started here.
Hey everybody, this is Charlie Musselwhite, and you're listening to Athena After Dark. I ain't lying. Thank you, baby.
Hey, everybody, welcome to Athena After Dark. I hope you guys had a great week. You know, we sure did. All right, we have a great show tonight. We're going to get through our little segments to start because I have a fabulous guest, a young lady who I really like and admire, and I think she's the shiznizzle. So we'll get through it, and kickstart this baby, and get it rolling. Okay, so let's do 2024 events. All right, I'm excited about this one. So I don't have my monitor in front of me, but we went through this Mile Zero Fest. This is starting tomorrow and ends Sunday, and it is in Key West. And it is a lineup of singer-songwriters, country music, western, however you want to call it, country music, western swing, whatever it is. That's definitely the place to be because right now, unfortunately, a lot of our friends are buried in snow or have a lot of bad weather. Again, I tell you, I'll come and visit in January. This is the time to do it. We got a big yard for all those trailers. All right, so after Mile Zero Fest, then we have locally the Dania Beach Vintage Motorcycle Show. This is where you're going to find everything. They even had popes there last year. So
the Pope was there.
Yeah, the Pope motorcycle. It was awesome too. I'm a fan. You know, as a cannonball mechanic from the first all-girl team on the 2010 Team Effie, I love me some vintage motorcycles. All right, and then after that, well, February 3rd, Teddy Morse, Destination Daytona. I will be there for the ladies' show, and we are going to have a great time. They've asked me to be a guest judge, so I'm excited about that. They have really great classes, best of show, best paint, Sportster, Big Twin. Okay, ladies, Big Twin, that encompasses everything that is a V-twin. That's not a Sportster, not a bagger, and not a trike. They also brought in a metric class, so you guys come in, check it out. Check out some of the Harleys that are on the floor and nothing else. Come and buy some motor clothes because we all love the Harley Davidson clothes. At least I do. My closet could be full of Victoria's Secret and Harley Davidson. I'm happy. I'm good with that. All right, after that, well, we have Chopper Fest. If you're on the West Coast, you definitely want to go out and see Miss Songbird, Jennifer, and Mondo for the David Mann Festival. It's going to be fantastic. And that is February 11th, and that's in Ventura, California. And then if you're on the other coast, anywhere near St. Louis, Missouri, Cycle Showcase, Randy puts on an extremely exquisite event. And there's eclectic things all over. It's art in itself, for sure. So, and that's for the weekend of the 11th and the 12th of February. So if you get a chance, please make those shows. Okay, and after that, well, then you know what's coming up, right? We're in the crunch right now. We have Daytona Bike Week, the 1st through the 10th. Okay, so going to give you a little bit about what we're doing, and we've got some more events coming in with flyers that I'll be putting up in the next week or so. So, okay, first of all, Flying Piston Benefit. Anybody who wants to come and have breakfast with us, it is an awesome event. Come out, meet the builders, a lot of people in the industry, breakfast, and they have auctions. They have these cool painted skateboards by artists that are off the chain. And then myself and some of my colleagues, Bob Kay, Vanessa Clark, there's a few others. We're doing the e-bikes, the small little, it's an electric bike. Yeah,
it is an electric
It's not a
bike.
Strider bike anymore. It doesn't have any pedals. It's like, a balance bike. I guess that's what we would call it. So we're going to go ahead and we get to customize those, and they'll be auctioned off there. And all the proceeds from the auction will go to All Kids Bikes and Motorcycle Missions. So please come out and join us. That is Monday the 4th, and that is from 8:30 in the morning until noon at Destination Daytona. And you can get tickets at flyingpistonbenefit.com. All right, and then the address is right on the screen. Okay, and then after that, well, Wednesday, March 6th, we have the morning ride. Biker Bells Harley Davidson. I'm so excited. I love being a guest there. And this is where our guest tonight, this is where we met. And so we'll talk a bit more about that. After that, I don't have a flyer yet, but again, at Teddy Morse, Destination Daytona, the Renegade Babes are having a ride and bike show. So you want to make sure after the Biker Bells that you come out and participate in the show. I'll be there cheering everybody on, and I'm looking forward to that. Okay, and then the reason that I go to Daytona, I love all the other stuff, but for me, it's Willie's Tropical Tattoo Chopper Time Show. We love this show. If you want to see motorcycles, magic, mayhem, and more, that is the place to do it. And everybody goes because it is I guess we call it a time honored tradition, a real chopper show. And it is fantastic. Willie and the crew there are so fantastic. Chris and Heather from Cycle Source will be there, Roadside Marty. So that's on March 7th, and that's 11 to 4. So come out and join us, please. Make some time, and that's the best show you'll ever go to. The greatest show on earth, I say. So, okay, after that, then we have, before this, during Daytona, we're going to have some Cycle Source events that we'll get the flyers for and get those up too. And if you guys haven't seen Grease and Gears TV, I'll put a flyer up for that. We'll talk about that next week. All right, at the end of March, fantastic. The weekend of the 22nd, the Donnie Smith. I always want to say anniversary, but it's the annual extravaganza. That's in Minnesota at the River Center, St. Paul, Minnesota.
If it happens once a year, every year, it is an anniversary too.
That's true.
So you're all right.
Okay.
Say what you want.
You're so good to me.
I'm sure Mr. Smith won't mind.
No, we love Donnie Smith, and everybody goes to that event. It is the to be at event, and this will be our first time. I'm not even gonna say it. I'm not stepping in that. Okay, I love you, Miss Dawn. Okay, and after that, well, then we have, okay.
Hey there.
Hey, that was cool. I like that.
I like
you got me
seeing
in the
you
bottom too. Okay, Tennessee Motorcycle and Music Revival. This is on Loretta Lynn Ranch. This is awesome. I have been invited by Bill Dodge to be a builder at his invitational for Bling Cycle at this event. This event is supposed to be crazy, ridiculous. Beaner did hill climbs. They hill climb baggers there. It's like some of the most ridiculous shit you'll ever see on two wheels. And I'm so excited. Now, if you're a service member, you can go ahead and go to the website. The first 500 military passes are free. So there's a code on the screen, and that's May 16th through 19th. And we will be there, so we'll see you there. And then this one here, the next one happens in April. But I just got it, so I didn't get to put it in the middle of the mix there. In Florida here, in Davie, Florida, we're going to have the Iron Goddess Ladies All-Female Motorcycle Show. And that's in Davie, and I believe that's April 20th. What does that say, Ben? Can't see it. 19.
Yeah, good Lord.
Oh, my goodness. Okay, well, I'll make sure I put the dates up on the website for all us old folks who can't see the little letters. My goodness. All right. Go ahead.
April 20th.
I love you. All right, so, yay. Somewhere in there. Okay.
Somewhere in there.
I think we're done with that. Yay.
Oh, yeah. Let's have you.
Don's doing great tonight. Everybody knows they like to sound kudos. You know, there's chats over there too. We'll get to that. I can't see you guys that far. So anyways, all right. So we're going to do our Ask Athena segment. And then we're going to get on with it. Boots, Rubel, Thomas, Dennis, I love you guys. Chris, I'm so glad you guys are all here. So fantastic. Yes, Mailman and Mailbox are going to be there. So Mailman, Kevin O'Brien, and Miss Mailbox, Cheryl O'Brien, they'll be there. If you guys don't know them, you have to go back and watch my Valentine's show from last year. They are a hoot, and they're great people. So, okay, we're going to do Ask Athena segment, and then we're going to get on with the guests because you guys know how much I love my guests. Okay, so Ask Athena, and let's see. Louise is 33 years old. She wrote in, said, Dear Athena, my name is Louise. Recently, I started dating a biker who is in a motorcycle club, and I ride on the back. I expressed my desire to learn to ride, and he said it's not a good idea. I've never ridden as an operator. Do you think I should learn or stay on the back? Okay, Louise, here's how this goes. So, you got to do what makes you happy, not anyone else, okay? And sometimes guys are a little reluctant because they don't want to admit it as much as they want to be the tough guy. They also, if they care about you, don't want to see you get hurt. So, sometimes they're a little reluctant. And it looks good if they got the hot babe on the back. You know, it's good for their ego. But if you want to take a rider course, send me your contact info, and I will send you a Harley-Davidson card to go and take the rider course. Take it, see if you like riding, operating it, and if that's your cup of tea, then go out and rent a couple different models and see what you like, and then you have a motorcycle, and you decide if you want to keep him or not. And then if it's not your cup of tea, well, at least you got a nice comfy seat on the back, and you already know you like being there. So hopefully that helps. And yeah, go out there, live a little. grab life by the handlebars. Again, it's not for everybody, but remember, if two wheels aren't your thing, they have trikes now. So, okay. All right, Miss Louise, send me that info and I'll send you the rider course for real. All right. Awesome. Okay, so you guys know I love my guests, and we usually have a couple different segments, but tonight we have live in studio guest, which she'll be in this chair here, which is so awesome. We're going to show some pictures. You guys know I like to do that. I'm going to do my pictures first. So we're going to do our pictures. Miss Jess, you can find her on Instagram. We'll give you the Instagram address in a minute. But check it out. Hot Rod Babe. She's giving you the sign, like, get the hell out of my way. Oh, no, wait, that's the you're cool. Okay. I'll put it up with you sign. All right. There's something. That means something. There you go. I love these photos. They're just fantastic. Look at that. That's almost heavenly, like literally with the sun and the light, the way it's shining with the trees. That's a Florida shot too, most definitely. Okay. All right. Now she rides everywhere. She will get on her bike here in Florida and ride all the way to Alaska. I'm sure if I told her we're going, she'd be like, okay, let's go. How long till we get there? What are we having? Steak or elk? No elk for me. Okay. All right. I love those pictures. And it's all picturesque. And that's a good shot there. See, in motion shot. Now we're going to talk about that motorcycle. That I believe that's the one I rode next to in Daytona when we were on the biker bells. That thing was a beast. I was like, okay, all right. We won't talk about the body parts, but boy, howdy, I was excited about that. All right, and there you go, nice Florida sunset, and then that's her and a buddy, I'm sure, riding. Maybe Vanessa. It could have been Carly. Could have been somebody else. Okay, so go to the next one. We'll skip that.
All right, ready?
Okay, ready? Come on in.
All right.
Bring her in.
How are you tonight?
Good.
Good?
Good. I'm so excited to be here. Thank you for
I'm
having
so
me.
happy that you're here.
Yay,
It's
I'm
exciting.
glad. I didn't realize how close you are.
Yeah.
Here to make this normal trip down here.
Yeah, and we'll go for a ride.
Yeah.
Go out and have a little fun.
Watch you work and
Yeah.
pick up. a thing
You
or
can
two.
do that. You can definitely do that. If you're buying lunch, we'll let you do that for sure.
Deal.
Oh, yeah, that's cool. Yeah, we have to go get together and go riding.
For sure.
So what have you been up to?
Oh man, new bike build. Bike build is coming along. Stressful. Very stressful.
So tell us what you're building.
So I am doing the reveal in Daytona Bike Week,
Okay.
but it is going to be a 23 Road Glide.
Another beast.
It was taken down to the frame, and it's going to be really nice. I'm very, very stoked that I actually had the time for this one to pick every single part that went on it, and that really meant a lot to me. And yeah, I'm just super excited.
Well, then that's where you start, too,
Yeah.
get into design. And sometimes it takes a little more to think outside the box. You know, a lot of people who are trained and do things, they sometimes don't see things quite inside the box. I'm an outside the box thinker. I've lit the shop on fire a few times thinking outside the box too, but it is what it is. So we met in Daytona
Yes.
at the Biker Bells,
Yes.
and you were riding that monstrous machine that you had. It
Yes.
was a beast. So that was a build that you did prior.
Yes.
That was a 131.
It was. That was my first. It was my first Harley build. My first Harley was a Lowrider S, and I actually really loved that bike. It's a great bike. I wish I would have kept it. I will definitely probably have another one at some point. Yeah, but at the time I was doing a lot of highway riding, and just for the amount of highway riding, it kind of kills the neck.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. So I was like, let's just get something with fairing. So I ended up trading that in for the Road Glide, and ended up doing that Road Glide build. Yeah, we did a 131 on it. Took it down to All American Cycle. Had them switch out the cam, retuned. I think it ended up walking out there at 150 horsepower, 159 torque.
Nice.
Yeah.
Very
And Lewis down here from Garcia Customs did the paint on it. Bobby Boots did a lot of the repair and upgrade work, as well as LOF in Lake Worth.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, mechanic shop here.
All
local.
of them are friends with
Yes.
my son too. It's so funny.
Which is how I ended up finding your information out, because I was like, I have all these cool pictures. And your son was like, I think that's my mom next to you. I was like, what a small world.
What a small world.
Yes.
Yeah, they were born on motorcycles. He went to the dark side when he was like 17, bought a Jap bike, but that didn't last long.
We've all been there.
He's not me.
I've
I can
been,
never say I was there.
I've
That's,
been there.
yeah. That's so funny. My daughter's been away for a while. We went to the Indian Larry Block Party and she looked at me and she's like, what was I thinking? I'm home. I'm like, yes, you are.
Yes.
Yeah, it happens. When you're born into it, it's a little, you get to be a little reluctant, but
Fair
the
enough.
animal's wild inside of all of us,
Mm.
especially when you're born into it. So, what are you planning this year? What kind of events and what are you doing this year?
Oh boy. So last year I did a lot of solo riding. I did, Sturgis solo from South Florida to South Dakota. It was awesome. I didn't realize how much I would enjoy it until I did it. So this year I'm planning on doing Arizona Bike Week. I'm gonna ride from South Florida out to Arizona. I'm gonna meet some girlfriends out there. But meanwhile, I think I'm gonna do the reveal for the bike in Daytona in March. We'll be there. We'll do the performance stuff. The first, I think it's like the 1st through the 6th. I think I'm gonna be in Daytona.
Okay.
I want to do the Renegade Babe Show. I want to do
Yes.
the Biker Bells
Yeah.
ride. Just see and do as much as I can while I'm there. Get to see all my friends that I don't get to see all year. We kind of all come together for these events. But yeah, definitely Daytona. I'm gonna ride out to Arizona, do the Arizona Bike Week. Sturgis is a must. I don't think I'll ever miss Sturgis ever again. Once you ride up there, it's just
That's it.
the mecca.
Yes.
But
Have you done the Babes Ride Out?
I have not. I really
I
wanted
wanna
to
do that one
the
too.
I'm in.
Okay, we have to talk about it. We'll have to work that out.
Yeah.
I was telling him, I'm like, God, that's one of the ones that I really, really, absolutely want to do. So then in Daytona, you're gonna be bouncing around. So
Yes.
you'll be at the Biker Bells and a couple other things. Now, when you say performance stuff, they have performance shows that you're going
Yeah, Hardcore Cycle show is on that first Sunday. Then you have the Performance Hangover show, which they're doing at Orlando Harley. I'm super excited
to.
about.
Okay.
Yeah, those are the two big ones. I think V-Twin Visionary also does a show. I think
Yeah, we like V2. That's Jeff Holt. He's
Yeah.
a good friend of ours.
Yeah, they're good people.
Yeah. Big Kev still drives for him, I think. I'm not sure. But if you do and you're watching Big Kev, I'll see you in Daytona. That's too funny. And then, so Sturgis, is there an event that you haven't been to that you really want to go to? That
I really would like to do Laconia. I know it's not one of the bigger events, but I haven't ridden in that northeast part of the country.
Right.
So I'm going to make a point to get up there. I want to do Maine. There's some stuff up there I just really want to hit. More for the riding, but
nobody gets here that it's flat. They all think that this is just paradise, which it is. Like right now, we're not buried in snow. We're freezing because it's like going to be 40 degrees again, but it's flat.
Yeah, I wore this. I came into the studio wearing this. Like it's hot outside. It's great. Yeah. It's not like we took our jackets off. Like I drove in and.
Yes, not at all. And it's crazy because like everything's flat, so you don't get that picturesque ride up the road and stuff. I want to see Niagara Falls. I want to park my bike on one side of it, like just walk over to the other.
That would be cool.
That'd be nice.
Cool. Yeah, no, Florida's fast and straight. That's what we do here.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That's all we got. Fast and straight. Yeah.
Yeah. So if you ever want to go to Laconia when you're going, let me know because I have lots of people up there. So
perfect.
That's always good.
Yes, I'm not opposed to couch hopping. I'm a big, very low maintenance person. I'll show up, let me get a hot shower and a couch, and I'm very content.
I'm the same way. We all share a room.
Yeah.
I pay the least and I sleep on the floor. I don't care.
Yeah, no. Oh, you need me to cook? No problem. I'll do the cooking.
Yeah.
Oh, great.
I do
got
that.
the couch. Yeah.
I like the Airbnbs for that. Yeah.
Yes.
All the guys are staying there, and he's like, sometimes Don has to stay at home, so he'll stay. He's got projects he's working on, and I'll go. And it's funny because they're all like, they get up and they're like, "What happened? Clean up?" And I'm like, "Well, yeah, I'm staying with you. Like, I'm gonna clean up. See my house." I'm the same way. Axel's like, everybody should have their parents come back and live with them for a little while because we're staying with him till our house is ready. And he's like, "This is great. House is clean. Food always good."
Yeah, you just magic groceries just appear when your parents are around.
I need to. I'll hit
Isn't that lovely?
He's like, "You guys buy all this freaking hippie
There's
food."
organic shit.
Yeah. No, it's more like the shit that's not good for you. And like he eats the grain bread with the protein, and because he works out and does all that stuff.
Yeah.
And we're just like Cheetos, and he's like
Wonder Bread.
Yeah. Well, no, I'm not allowed to have jailhouse bread. It has to be Italian bread. Yeah. I made him sandwiches one time, and he's like, "Are we broke?" And I'm like, "What do you mean?" He goes, "You use jailhouse bread. It's like the little square pieces." And I'm like, "What are you talking about?" This why'd you buy that? I'm like, it fits in the Ziploc bag. I don't have to squish it in there or buy bigger baggies.
It was on sale.
He's like, I still love you.
It
But we
fits
grew
in
up
the
on that
bag.
shit.
Oh
My God, he's a fit in the bag. You don't have to
Squish
squish
it in.
Oh my God, that's so
Jesus
funny.
Christ.
So yeah.
Fits in the
But
bag.
listen, it means something when it fits in the bag and you stuff it in your saddlebag. You have room for everything. Whoever told us that you were supposed to refrigerate mayo? I never did that. You just put it on the ham sandwich and you rode up the road like 200 miles, pulled it out of your saddlebag, and you had like a ham and cheese melt. You know.
I'm gonna take your word for that. I don't. Yeah.
It sounds good in theory, doesn't it?
No. Nope.
Those are the
Nothing
days.
good sounds
Those were
good
the
about
80s. Oh yeah, for sure. So how do you feel about some questions?
Hit me.
Okay, so we're gonna do like a, just for fun questions. Dogs or cats?
Dogs.
Okay, big or little dogs?
Little dogs.
Little
I
dogs?
like little dogs. I'm a snuggly person, man. I'm gonna get that little thing and hold it.
Okay, all right. Apples or oranges?
Oranges.
Oranges.
South Florida girl. I
Yeah,
love our citrus. Yeah.
do it like our citrus. Okay, so hotel or camping?
Camping.
Camping. Every time? Or is it like, as we get older, I know for me, I can camp for like 4 days when I need a room for a night.
Yeah. I say camping. I do like to tent camp. The idea is fantastic. I'm big on just doing my own thing, but I also have a toy hauler, so I do like to glamp and have the ability to have a shower. I'm big on that too. Daytona. I'm bringing my my toy hauler up there. Obviously, it's only a 3.5 hour ride for me. Riding is not a
Yeah, but at
problem,
least you
but
have a shower, you can put your clothes and all that stuff, cook something if you
it's
want.
free.
Yeah.
I can cook my own meals,
Right.
so we're gonna do that.
Yeah, I'm good. And I didn't get it. Somebody kept telling me, we're going glamping out. Thinking, what the fuck is wrong with me? Because I don't know what that is. And then,
AC in a shower.
yeah. And that was like,
Yeah.
okay, that
In a
works.
campground.
Yeah.
I'm good with that. Well, campgrounds never used to be like that. Okay, slow or fast? I don't know why I'm asking you that question.
I mean, depending on what we're talking about,
Yeah,
we'll
you
go
can
fast.
pick.
We'll go
Okay.
fast, yeah. Look,
Yes.
busy person, just get it over.
Yeah, okay,
let's
I got
go.
you.
Yeah.
So, making or breaking?
I'm gonna go with breaking.
Breaking.
I'm great at breaking shit, and it's just fucking cheaper. So
All right. I'll go with
making's
that.
gonna cost me a lot of money.
Yeah, usually there's something to that. Okay, sunshine or moonshine?
Moon.
Moonshine.
I'm a night girl.
What's your favorite song?
Oh man, that's a hard question. I know I'm gonna catch some shit for this, but Seal's like one of my favorite all-time singers. I could just listen to Seal all day.
Okay.
I know it's crazy.
No, he was married to Heidi Klum.
He was married to
Yeah.
Heidi Klum, but his music is just
He-
lay there and vibe out.
Yeah, he's
So-
got that whole thing going
Mellow
on.
man, chill.
Okay, I'm good with that. All right, so what's your favorite food?
I'm gonna have to go with tacos.
Taco.
Can't pass up a good taco.
Now, are you a gringo taco girl or is it street taco style?
Only because I don't eat raw onion, and street tacos are basically cilantro, raw onion, and
Yeah.
meat. We'll go gringo style.
Okay.
Like
Yeah.
some tomatoes.
Yeah. Axel always laughs at me because I'm stock Mexican meat, like, cheese, sour cream, tomatoes. I put cucumbers instead of lettuce.
I like
It's pretty
cucumbers.
good. So, yeah. It's good. They're good in there. All right. So, if you were a superhero, who would you be?
Oh man, good question. Wow, we'll go Batman. I just
Batman.
want to wear a leather suit.
Okay. All right. Go racing and do that.
Yeah.
Oh, but you don't have the cool pointy ears or
No.
pointy ears. So, yeah, I guess that makes sense. Okay. If you were a cocktail, what would you be?
I guess we'll go Southern Comfort and Lime. Was it a snake bite?
Is that what they call that?
Yeah, I think it's a snake bite. It's it hits right sometimes, but it's probably not the best thing for you.
We learned in the 80s not to drink that shit, right?
You're not gonna wake up very well the next day.
No, it's never good. It's never good. All right. So now we'll get into some serious questions. How'd you get into motorcycles?
Oh man, so I wish that I had a better story, but I remember being in the car with my mother, and she's like, "Oh, look at that motorcycle," and I'm like, "Oh yeah, that looks fucking cool." Like I said, I'm cool, and I'm like, "That is cool." Like I want to ride a motorcycle because that guy just looks cool. And my mom's like, "Absolutely not. I will never allow you to be on a motorcycle."
Right?
Naturally. First thing I do when I'm
What's
18,
gonna happen?
I'm 18, I'm
Get
getting a motorcycle.
Yep.
So I
And
was like,
moving
yeah,
out.
yeah. Yeah, I moved out a little bit before 18, but But yeah, so basically Defiance.
Mhm.
Defiance is how I ended up on a motorcycle, and then just it was fantastic. You'll never duplicate that feeling ever.
Right.
So
Yeah.
and I did start on a jet bike.
Okay.
I take that back. I had a Honda 750 Shadow is what I learned on, and then it's like a cruiser style. I think it's a cruiser style.
It's still from
Says
Japan.
Honda.
True.
One of those go fast. What do you call those things?
It wasn't a crotch rocket.
Not a crotch rocket.
No, it wasn't a crotch rocket, but it was the I'm 18 years old and this is all I can afford.
Right.
Style cruiser.
Yeah.
So I had one. No stretch swing arms, because I like to drive on one wheel, which is not good for your health.
Oh right. Yeah.
Yeah, not good for your health.
You do
So after a few years of that, I decided if I wanted to live into my 30s, I should probably stop doing that immediately. So
It's funny. I stopped that in my late 20s.
yeah.
Yeah. Guys are in this town that I guess it's kind of weird, but again, Axel is, he's in his 30s.
Mhm.
They'll be like, Mom, she used to ride past us on the rear wheel. Piss us off, So yeah, I've been there, done that. Yeah. It was a little different back then, but yeah, it was always fun. Second gear wheelies. I love it. I ride horses. I grew up riding horses, so I know that you don't
Very
lean
cool.
back, you lean forward,
Yes.
Yeah. Some people tried that wheelie stuff and they weren't too successful. But you got the knack of it.
No.
Now are you doing wheelies on those big bikes here?
No, I can't afford to do shit on this big bike.
Good.
I lay it down, literally just the thought of laying this bike down makes me well up a little bit. No, we stick to I have a mini bike and we stick to backyard stuff. So when it falls over, I just don't care. It's fun.
Right. Mini bike. We were talking about that. Tom's gonna give me. Have you ever been to the Smokeout?
I have not, but it's actually on my list of things I want to do.
Yeah,
For
gotta
sure.
go. And they have mini bike races, and it's so awesome.
Do they?
Oh my god, they have this big track. Chris and Heather made this big track, and it is just nuts. And then they got the dirt drags. It's fantastic. You want to go? We gotta go. We'll be there. It's September, beginning of September.
I think it's on my list. It's on my list.
Yeah, it should be.
Yeah.
That's a good one. That's like that's the most fun you can have on two wheels. I think pretty much like as far as a party goes.
Yeah.
But it's very, it's old school. It's just like it used to be, right? I would say it's like it used to be when it started out.
Absolutely.
It's been 22 years. So I was a featured builder there last year. That was cool. There's the picture of that.
I love that.
That's
I
too
love
funny.
that. So much.
Okay, so what would you say your biggest challenge in motorcycling has been?
Getting over, you gotta getting out of my own way. As a female, traveling solo, like planning a trip solo, what if I break, you start asking yourself the questions ahead of time. And I'm one of those people that just said, yeah, I'm just going to do it myself. And I don't think about, well, what if, but then you start telling your friends, this is what I'm going to do. And immediately say, what if you break down?
Right.
What if this happens? What if it? And then of course you're like, oh shit, yeah. What if that does happen? So then you doubt yourself.
Mm-hmm.
But then you just.
Yeah, you gotta go outside your comfort zone.
You gotta say fuck it.
Yeah, you have to go outside your comfort zone because that's the thing to where it's like looking through the window. You can forever look through the window, or you can step over, open the door, and go through and see what's on the other side for real.
It's scary.
It looks different. Oh
yeah, it is scary.
I did Fairbanks, Alaska to Key West.
God, that's awesome.
We started with 16 people. I ended up riding back to the southernmost point myself because
did you really?
A bunch left in Sturgis, and then some bunch got here and they were tired.
Oh,
How do you go from the North Pole and don't go to the southernmost point? Like how really? So
that's awesome.
Okay.
I have a quick question.
Yes.
What's with the whole corn dogs? Everybody's talking to me about corn dogs.
Oh my God, corn dogs are life.
Oh, that's your favorite. That's your favorite.
Yes, corn dogs are my favorite. Yeah, corn dogs are my. I know.
Everybody's. I
know.
had to ask why.
Mundo.
I do.
Okay.
Falling off of ice, fishing for hot dogs.
Okay. Right.
So yeah, I do have a corn dog tattoo. I love me some corn dogs, and the corn dogs actually, it was a good story from one of my out of state trips. I was actually on my way to Fast Life Camp Out in Oklahoma last year.
Okay.
I rode the first portion over to the west coast of Florida. I was by myself. First gas stop. I was kind of in the middle of nowhere. Stopped at this gas station. I was starving. I went in and all they had was like this 2-day-old corn dog, and I was like, all right, fuck it. I'm either gonna live or I'm not gonna live. So we're just gonna eat it. And I ate it, and I was fine. And then we just kept it moving. And a couple days later, we were like between somewhere between Louisiana and Texas, and just got hit with the absolute worst rainstorm I've ever ridden in to this date. Like 3 times during the rainstorm, I was like, this today's gonna be the day. I'm not gonna make it. Like I didn't have a pin lock for my helmet,
Okay.
so I'd count. I knew I could get to 8 seconds before I had to flip, wipe, and then keep going.
Right.
And it was absolutely terrible. The bike was puttering out. I kind of got my leg over the air filter trying to block it, and it was just really, really bad. And then once the rain stopped, the temperature dropped immediately. And I'm not, I'm from Florida.
Florida,
I'm not used to
right?
that shit.
Yeah, we're cold.
So
as
I
70.
was absolutely dying.
Oh.
So we pulled off into this gas station in the middle of like nowhere, and this lady I'll never forget was Miss Penny. Miss Penny's like, darling, you look so cold. Let me make you a corn dog. And I looked at her and I was like,
What are the odds?
this lady's about to save my life with a corn dog. And sure as shit, I had a hot chocolate and a corn dog, and that was like the memory from that trip. And I got a corn dog tattooed on my rib cage, drunk as fuck, in a tent in the field in New Jersey like a month and a half later.
Nice.
Yeah, but
nice.
it's because it reminds me of that trip.
Adventure.
Yeah.
That's it. And that's
Name of the game.
You do know that's how you catch a corn dog or
a dorkfish.
dorkfish
with corn dogs.
with a corn dog.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That's how you catch
Jeff
dorkfish.
Foxworthy.
Yeah.
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 That's one of his
Corn dogs.
lines. Okay. So what's your favorite motorcycle? If you had to pick a motorcycle, what's your favorite?
I'm gonna be honest. I'd have to go with a chopper. That's on my list. It's always been it's like my dream bike. I will have one eventually. I'd like to be able to build it myself. I think they're beautiful. There's just so many ways to customize it.
Yeah.
They're just fantastic bikes, and it's timeless. It'll never go out of style. You know what I'm saying?
That's true. That is true. They always come back.
Yeah. I love just looking at pictures of choppers and seeing everybody's personalized builds, and I think they're just beautiful bikes.
Yeah, and that's when you get behind it too, and you get in there and you get a chance to make it your own, and it exudes your personality along with hers. Well, most of my motorcycles are girls. I've run across a guy here and there, but everybody has their thing, but their personality, you kind of meld together in it. It's like having kids. It's like giving birth. It's ridiculous.
It's your child.
Yeah, you cry. Well, guys don't cry, and I know there's no crying in motorcycles, babe. I know. I see that face over there. It's too funny. Okay, so what's the favorite route? What's your favorite route that you've ever ridden?
Right now, I would have to say that there was a road, and I talked about it a little bit before. There was a road between Lake Havasu and Scottsdale, Arizona, and it was just kind of through these like red rock mountains and dipped down to where you saw the lake on your right, and it was just one of the most beautiful things. And maybe it was because I had just recently quit drinking. I just had this like moment of clarity, and it was morning time. And it was just like the abundance of feelings when I went through that mountain and saw that water, that it was just like, that was my road.
It woke up your soul.
For sure.
That's what motorcycles do.
Yeah.
Yeah. There you'll have lots of moments of clarity.
Yeah.
That's a thing for sure. When you least expect it to, they seem to just, pow, here you go. Have some of that. You like it?
Nice.
Yeah. Oh yeah, most definitely. That's why we do it, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So what would be your favorite rally or event?
Oh man, I think probably Sturgis right now. Like obviously I haven't been to all rallies, and it's just for the riding. The riding up there is so gorgeous, and it's just the opposite of Florida.
Right.
So getting a different landscape and the scenery.
When you pulled into it's Broken Spoke on one side now, it's Iron Horse on the other
Iron
side.
Horse.
Yeah, well, it used to be the Broken Spoke was the original building there. But when you pulled in that day,
Mhm.
and I saw you, and I was like, damn, that's awesome. I love that she's here. And I knew you rode. I just knew it. I was like, yep, she rode her motorcycle. I know she rode all the way too.
Yeah.
How was that? That was amazing.
It's
It's an amazing trip.
it was. Yeah.
Did you have to dart or did you get to take time?
No, so I was doing a little side work for Kraus Moto on my way up. So I was stopping at some Harley dealerships and selling parts. So I kind of broke it up because I stopped by like 12 dealerships on my way up.
Right.
So I broke it up into 4 days.
Nice. We're a Kraus dealer.
So are you?
Oh yeah, we do all that
I love
stuff.
their stuff.
Yeah,
It's great stuff.
Yeah, we have a lot of good vendors that we work with for sure.
Yeah.
Try to stay up with all the the new stuff that's going on, the
Yeah.
good parts that are coming together. All right, so who would you say would be your childhood hero?
I mean, doesn't everybody gotta go with their mom? Mom was, my mom for me was a role model. She taught me how to be a strong woman and independent, and taught me what's important in life. And she was just a good lady.
That's good.
Yeah.
Now is your mom still around?
She is.
Awesome.
She is. Yes.
And does she live close?
Yeah, she's up in Port St. Lucie.
Nice.
So, yeah.
My daughter's up Palm
Is
City.
she watching you tonight?
She probably is not. My mom goes to bed very
Sleeping.
early. Yeah, she goes to bed early. Actually, I did FaceTime her on her way up, and she didn't answer. I talked to her via text and FaceTime.
Right.
She was. Oh
It's
my
like,
God, she's.
I'll watch
You
it
can do that.
tomorrow.
You can do that.
I'll watch it tomorrow.
Yeah. Yeah,
My
between
mom,
hi, Mom.
There you go.
Yeah, between 6 a.m. and 7 p.m. I know we can get a hold of her.
Right, that's it.
Yeah,
And then mom's done. She's toast.
Mom's retired.
Okay, so who would you say is your motorcycle hero?
Oh man, so I would, everybody's got these like old school heroes, and it's awesome. But for me, I like watching all the new female builders that have been coming out lately, and maybe it's because of social media, and they've probably been around forever, but now it's just becoming more mainstream to see them and see women excelling in the industry and being able to make their mark. And like just female builders in general, to me, I just like watching. Like I want to see what their perspective is and what they're putting on their bikes, and how it in general, you know what I mean? Guys have their own taste and what they like, and that's how they build. But I feel like females put a different perspective, and they have a little bit different touches on their bikes. And I just like to see the different details that they use. And I prefer to watch their stuff. Even though I like the guy stuff too.
My first world show, I went in 108 builders, and we all judged each other. And I went in with a pink bike with hearts all over, heart-shaped parts I made and everything.
I love it.
came in 54th. That was really
That's
awesome.
good.
I was
super awesome.
But it was so simple, and it was so cool. But it was just, the bike was simple, but a lot of people don't understand the work that goes into making everything so sanitary.
Yeah.
So, and that's something we'll talk about that. Because I know you'll be coming down to visit. So
I'm coming down.
yeah, oh yeah, and I love that. I was just on the podcast with her two hands, and we were talking about the fact that it would be nice if one day we got to a point where there was no label to it.
No gender, right? It's
right.
Just, I'm a builder.
Right, because I tell everybody motorcycles they're not gender specific.
Correct.
It's passion.
Right.
It's truly about what you love and what you like to do. And everybody's taste is different, like you said. And it's crazy because when we started out, you didn't have all these parts to choose from where you could just open a book and pick. Drag Specialties catalog was that thick.
Oh.
Custom Chrome was out.
Yeah.
We bought Pat Kennedy, Gary Bang, Paco. Good Paco. We love Paco, and they're still around. It makes us absolutely V-twin. But you didn't have a lot of choices. You know what I mean? We cut shit up. That's why my FL, they say, oh, is that a chopper? That's not a chopper. I'm like, yes, it is. And they're like, no, it's an FL. I'm like, no, I chopped the shit out of that thing. It's 4 generations apart. So that's where the term comes from.
Right.
A lot of people put it to a look, but there's so many variations of it. And again, it's taste. So what would your dream chopper look like? Is it stilted pitched? Is it low and lean?
I like the stilted pitch. I like the little close handlebars.
Frisco style?
Yes,
Okay.
Man, I love that shit. Like, you like the 60s, 70s.
Have you ever ridden anything like that?
I haven't, and I'm dying to ride one, man. I'm gonna have one.
Okay.
I'm gonna have one. I'll sell my soul. I'm gonna have one for sure.
I know how to make that happen.
I
know how to make that happen.
That's what I do for me.
That's what I do for a living.
Yes.
Okay. So I guess, what's the most fun you've ever had on a motorcycle?
Oh, the most fun I've ever had on a motorcycle. Man, these are hardcore. Where do you come up with these questions? Jesus. The most fun I've ever had on a motorcycle. I don't know if I can sit here and pinpoint one specific time. I know that every time I get to, I've met people in the motorcycle riding community, and guys and girls, you find people that you just immediately click with. And realistically, they probably have absolutely no common interest in me other than motorcycles. Right. Like, we are two totally separate people. Like in the real life without motorcycles, we probably never be friends, never speak to each other. But when we come together, we have that instant bond because we're talking about bikes and parts and trips and what we're going to do. And that, to me, like, when I get to meet people and I hit it off with them and we can talk shop and, hey, maybe see you next year. And we actually keep in touch online.
Right.
Like, I love that shit. Like, I like meeting new people. And that, to me, is very special. Like even now, like people reach out to me, hey, can I get one of your stickers? And I got some stickers. And I'm like, I don't want to mail them to you now because I'm lazy and will take me 2 weeks to get. I want to fucking nice to meet you.
Right.
Like I want to
Right.
physically hand it to you. I want to hear your story and have some kind of connection with you because that's to me that's an important part of this community.
Right, and it is most
Mhm.
definitely. Okay, so then we got to the whole point of there's not one crazy time that you can think of that was just like you won the drag race, rang the bell, like, party after was bitching, or we really can't talk about any of that because it was so really bitching. We don't want
I mean, I did have a really good time in Jersey. They did a Jersey Pines Bike Fest when I got a corn dog tattoo in a tent in a field in Jersey.
Okay.
Yeah, I had a great time that weekend, and me and my best friend Jess, Bikes and Balayage. I know you guys have followed me. We do a lot of traveling, moto traveling.
Right,
together.
I've seen it. Yeah.
Yeah, and we did this like hot dog competition where she rode her bike and I got on the back trying to do the hot dog.
The weenie bike?
Oh my God, I'm fucking terrible. Highly recommend not doing that after about a half a bottle of Crown, but it was very entertaining for everybody that was there.
Else,
and apparently that video was all over the internet. But
nice.
That was a very good weekend for me.
See, there you go. I like that.
Good
That's a good most fun. I like that. So then what would be your craziest roadside breakdown story? You or somebody you were with?
So on my way to Sturgis this year,
Mhm.
I, are doing these dealer visits, whatever. For some reason, the plug-in in my Road Glide, I plugged in my iPhone, and my iPhone was going dead. I was like, damn, the thing must be malfunctioning. Whatever. Okay, I'll have one of the dealerships check it out. So luckily, I said I'm going to a Harley dealership. I'll just, I have a Road Glide. I'll put it in the little GPS. Should take me the right way. Like I know that the Harley GPS sucks, but I'm going to a dealership. It's pre-programmed. Like, shouldn't suck that bad.
Right.
So I put it, I plugged it in. I'm going to Macon, Georgia, Harley dealership. Cool. All right, 3 hours away. Great. And I'm on my way riding, and I get off the highway. Typically Harley dealerships you can see them from the highway. Within a half a mile.
Right.
I'm driving, and we're doing these back roads, and I remember saying to myself, like, man, this must be a special dealership across the city all the way out here. But hey, the riding's not bad. Like these are some nice roads, and I'm just going through, and I'm like, it says the destination's close, but it's like really desolate. Okay, hey, maybe this dealership wanted to like put it out here, like in the middle of nowhere.
Right.
So it's nice riding. Well, it says I'm here on Harley Davidson Avenue. Where the fuck am I at? Right? So I parked the bike. There's a trailer over here, one over there. So, well, this is obviously not the dealership.
Right.
So, no problem. We'll figure. Well, now the GPS doesn't work at all because I'm in the middle of nowhere and my phone's not working. So I said, no problem. I got off the bike. I had a little portable charger, plugged my phone in. That's not working either. So now I'm in the middle of Georgia. I have no phone, no GPS. I made my bike's running, so that's a bonus.
That's a bonus, right?
So I'm standing there and I'm thinking to myself, this is exactly what my mom said was going to happen. God damn it. God damn it. So I look around and I'm like, all right, well, you have that trailer. And that one looks okay. But this one, they mow their grass. So they might be okay if I ask them if I can plug my phone in because, I have no idea where I'm at. Just then, these old people drove by and you could see this guy looking at me. And I was like,
you were in Georgia, right?
Sir, he was like, are you okay? I go, no, sir, I am not okay. I don't know where I'm at. My GPS. He's like, well, where are you trying to get to? I said, the Harley dealership. He was like, oh dear, you are nowhere near that.
Shit.
I said, okay. He's like, but I can get you to the highway. I said, sir, if you could get me to the highway, I would be forever grateful. He's like, just follow us.
Oh yeah.
And he drove me we were 25 minutes I don't know if that was the way he was going or not, but I was very grateful because once we got close, my GPS kicked back in.
Oh man.
Yep.
That's crazy.
And then to find out it was the cord went bad. That's why the portable charger and the Harley wasn't working. I was like,
we found that's usually the instance to start out. It's usually that.
Yeah, but it was that moment. This is what my mom. And when she said, "Don't go alone."
Right, and this is exactly what she was talking about, right?
Mom's
You're just waiting for the guy, the creepy guy that's driving by in the truck. You're just like, okay.
Yes, and the serial killer mask.
Yeah, that's it. Okay, so I guess what would you consider to be your most cherished motorcycle moment?
Most cherished. I don't think that I could really narrow down one thing. I'm really grateful for the community and the friendships that I've made. You know, and people just be willing to help you out and offer, hey, I'll put, hey, I'm traveling here. Hey, I've got a place to stay. If you need a place, you know, whatever you need, if you break down, I've got friends in the area. It's just really, everybody's accommodating and helpful. And it's really nice. It's really nice to see that.
It's nice to hear that too, especially, I mean, for us, when we started out, it was the complete opposite of that, because you were trash. You know what I mean? You rode a Harley Davidson, it wasn't like that. So that's good to see. But we have a couple more questions. But before we get into the rest of the questions, I really got to ask you. So I put out there that you're a rider and an influencer. Now, a lot of people have this bad taste in their mouth when they hear that word influencer, okay, because they think that entitles other people to things because they're doing to them, quote unquote, nothing. Okay. So I know, as a person, I've been building motorcycles for a long time. I had a shop, I ride, I'm learning all this social media stuff like this. And I was the girl that had the media kit long before anybody else did. You know what I mean? I showed up with an envelope and a CD, and, you know, I did it. And the guys would be like, oh, hey, can you help me with that? Which we did that. That's the start of marketing. But I know personally that as an influencer, what you're doing is you're helping others find products that they like or that are good and work for them. And you're doing that by testing it out, you know, doing different things. But if you were going to say to people watching or others, whether it's influence or not, what is it exactly that you're doing to promote things in the motorcycle community, especially for women?
So, my personal opinion, I don't even like the word influencer. I prefer.
Okay. I don't either, but
I prefer internet personality.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like,
that's better. I like that.
I feel like, you know, I'm me and I put it on the internet. You like it or don't. I don't want to influence anybody. I mean, obviously, I'm doing what I like to do. If that inspires you to want to do the same, I love it. I'll always be supportive. I try to answer any questions people always have. In terms of riding gear or parts, I'm a big fan of just 100% just upfront honesty. You know, people will send me parts and gear. If I don't like it, I'll tell them. Like, I don't feel comfortable saying that this is great if it's not great. I'm not gonna bash your company. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to review it.
But it's not.
It's just not for me. But when I find something that's great, whether I purchased it full price or they gave me a discount, whatever it is, I'll always promote it because I want people to know what's worked for me. And it might not work for you, but this is what's worked really well for me and I love it. So I'm going to put it out there. Do
you consider yourself getting, I'm sure others look at it like you're getting special treatment, but really what you're doing is you're being social about it, and they want to be involved with you because you're so social and you have followers because you're nice and people like you and they like to hang out with you and ride with you once they meet you and stuff like that. So what would you say to them?
So what's crazy is I think just a general opinion is like people get all this free stuff from the internet. I can say that on the red bike that you saw me riding in Daytona, there was not one part on that bike that I did not pay full price for. I was $80K out of pocket. The only thing I did get is Clockworks hooked me up because after my crash, I needed another windshield after I bought the first one. They did give me a second one. I love their stuff. They're great people.
And Vanessa,
yes. And I just sent them the picture of the crash road. I'm like, oh, can I get another one? And they did give me another one. But I paid for all my stuff, and that stuff, I liked it. I picked it out. If I didn't like it, I sent that shit back, put what I liked on there. So when people ask me, I have a clear conscience saying, this is the shit I run. This is the stuff I like on my bike. This is why I like it. As far as like the female aspect, I'm obviously not the average size female. I'm 6 foot, 150 pounds. So a lot of the stuff in terms of motorcycles, that a female may be inquiring about, maybe lowering their bike, stuff like that, I can't give an opinion on. I know there was a lot of stuff going around that was talked about in reference to Harley catching flack because they don't make a bike specifically for females. I didn't have the same opinion. I feel like Harley doesn't make a bike for short people. They don't make a bike for tall people. They make a bike. You customize it to
It's not
your
it's not
specifications.
gender specific.
It's not gender
None of that,
specific.
right.
It's not, you know what I mean? You make the bike what you want it, whether that's lowering it. Shit, I'm actually going up to on the next one, you know what I mean?
Right.
Because I'm a tall girl.
Right.
So I just, you know, you got to find stuff that works for you. If you find somebody, an internet personality that you like, and you follow them and you trust that their opinion is honest about that product, buy it. You know what I
Right.
mean? And if it's not that internet personality, if it's a builder you like and you watch them and you trust their opinion, fucking buy it. Because
Right.
these companies are gonna, you know, they're gonna give their stuff out or give a discount or whatever.
Right.
And
you're building the relationships. You're out
Correct.
there doing it and they see what you're doing. And so they're reaching out to you and saying, you're not out there saying, hey, gimme, gimme, gimme. They're saying to you, hey, we like what you're doing. Please come
try
in.
our stuff out.
Yeah.
See if
and
you like it.
yeah,
If you would like to run it on your bike.
participate, whatever. Right. Exactly. That's so cool. I
Yeah.
love that. I think that's awesome.
Yeah.
I have a new, not a newfound respect for it, but a learning respect for it because, you know, we didn't have internet.
Mhm.
I thought the internet was going to die after a couple of years. If I'd have known that, my email address would have been way so much shorter. Just nuts.
And
but
cooler. I picked all the cool
way
shit,
cooler.
right?
Way
Way cooler.
cooler. So, okay. Well, thank you for answering that. Okay. So, if you could go back and tell your 25-year-old self something, what would that be?
Don't value other people's opinions of you as much as you think that they're important when you're 25, because what other people think really doesn't fucking matter. They're not paying your bills. They're not, yeah.
Right.
Do what you want to do. If you feel like it's important, do it. Try it out. See if it works. But those people really are probably not going to be around in 5 years anywhere. So who gives a fuck what they think?
Yeah, that's about how that goes.
Yeah.
All right. So, if time and money didn't matter and you could go anywhere on your motorcycle, where would you go and with whom would you go?
Man. So my retirement plan, which is in 6 years or so,
Okay.
is to buy a fifth wheel and pretty much travel all of the United States. I want to see every bit of this country on two wheels. I think the experience traveling on a motorcycle is just bar none over any other style of traveling. I want to just take the fifth wheel, park it, explore those 2 or 3 states, and then just move it along until I'm done. I think this country is absolutely gorgeous, and like there's just so much stuff that you can see and do that I haven't done yet. So I'm actually really looking forward to that.
Okay.
But I did really like riding in Europe too.
Okay.
I went over for Harley's 120th in Europe.
You were saying that.
Yeah, I picked up a bike in Italy and rode it over to Budapest, and the riding in North Italy was
Right. And that comes again from the relationships that she's built by what she's been doing. So don't think, you know.
I was
very
very blessed on that one. Yeah.
And it's cool because what you're doing, you know, too, that's so many people that follow you get to see it through your eyes. They can't necessarily see it themselves, but you're posting videos, you're doing all this cool stuff, and they get to see it and experience it. And that's really cool. I mean, again, for me, I'm in awe because I'm learning, but I see it and I see what, especially, you know, when you can be social like that. And I've learned a bunch, and you're showing me your little buttons there earlier. So that, like, yeah, I'm even that much farther along. Link it in. I'm good. Oh, listen, don't you worry. What do you want to know about building a motorcycle?
Everything.
Okay, well, I need to know
I'm just
everything
gonna come
about
over
social.
eat all my meat, all my
Like-
meals, and just watch. I'm
Okay.
a visual person.
Right. And then when you're on the phone going, oh yeah, do this, this, and that, I'll just be like, do that again. Do that one more time so I can get it.
Awesome.
Okay. So if you would tell us something about yourself that other people may not know.
I am a bit of an introvert. I know it seems wild, right? I don't like big crowds too much.
Okay.
I like new experiences, but I'm also very much like a sit in the back, observe everybody, kind of feel out the situation before I just jump in kind of person.
Yeah.
So I've been tagged with the RBF, like, oh shit, got a little bit of RBF. I may have RBF, but at least come say hello.
What's RBF?
Resting bitch face. You're like, you just look fucking scary. I'm like, I don't want to be scary. I can't help it.
You were so funny because, and I think that too, I get that being tall and then having tattoos and riding a big motorcycle. And they're intimidated by that. But like, that's that whole thing. So when we were in Daytona, we were talking about I was busting on you guys because you were wearing a "See You Next Tuesday" shirt. Okay.
Yeah.
And I was like,
Renegade baby.
I was like,
love that shirt.
I was like, but why? Like, I don't get it. And then I was like, because you know, it's the opposite where I grew up. But then you looked at me and you were just like, okay, you can be that, but don't be a Karen. And dude, I had to come home. I had to think and then finally I'm like, what the fuck is a Karen? Like, okay, and so then I had to get schooled about the video and the lady and I was like, no shit. I laugh every time somebody says Karen. I just laugh from that, you know.
Yeah.
It's like, oh yeah, that was.
You can be a don't be a Karen.
Right.
Those ladies are.
Yeah.
Next level.
Yeah, next level. Right, because where I come from, you know, that was just normal. The guys referred to girls as, and it was can't understand normal thinking, right? But if you called me a bitch, we were gonna brawl. I don't care. That was just how that was, you know. Past that, I didn't pay attention to that. So see how times have changed? Isn't that weird?
That's crazy because I would get on the phone literally like, "Hey, bitch," to my girlfriend right now.
Right,
that's normal. That's how
well, like that, it's something.
Yeah.
You know, when you're in conversation, there's some things that
you can say any word at a certain tone, and
but when I was younger too, though, you put that shit on a t-shirt. Like you were going to jail if you put that shit on a t-shirt, you know. But
probably not a good look.
No, and it was not. It was not.
Draw a lot of attention.
How old? Des is like 31. So when she was 12, I used to go to Publix. I'd piss her off. I'd go in my slippers and my Victoria's Secret flannel pajama bottoms and the t-shirt. And it was a tank top that said, "Don't hate me because I'm beautiful. Hate me because I'm fucking your boyfriend." And it was a ritzy titsy neighborhood. And these women they would literally just push the carts to the side and just leave. And she'd be like, "Mom, you see how they are?" Now she don't care. She's like, "Yeah, screw it," you know. But it was. But that was 20 years ago, you know. And she's a mom now. But yeah, that was 20 years ago, and it was so. Yeah, no, you wouldn't have done that.
Yeah,
she got me close. She got me cool socks tape. F you, and I was just like,
I love
cool.
it.
I gotta have those. Yeah, she got me a pair of those. Cool. All right, so lastly, this show is home of the 5 good things because I always tell everybody if you're having a bad day or a friend's having a bad day, you can get them to tell you 5 good things, or you can look in the mirror and tell yourself 5 good things. Most of the time, it'll change your perspective. So, what are your 5 good things?
If I'm going to talk to myself out of having a bad day.
Or
like 5 good things.
Or just your 5 good things that you're grateful for, because that's what you would remind yourself of when you're having a bad day.
I am grateful that I have really, really good friends that support me. I've been very lucky through my sobriety journey, which today is 120 days.
Good for you.
Yeah, that I have people that
will
message me on Instagram and call me and kind of keep me grounded. That's been nice. So friends, family, obviously my mom.
Yeah.
Hey mom. She's always she's just a wonderful woman, and I'm grateful that I had such a great role model growing up, because I know some people don't, and I'm lucky. Yeah, it definitely matters. I'm grateful for my kids. I have 2 daughters, and the one is graduated college, and she's thriving adult, and I'm grateful we got there. And my little one is a mini version of me, and I just want to all the time, but
you know how mom felt.
Yes. But I am grateful for my kids and how much they love me, and that I've been able to have a great relationship with them.
Yeah, that's good.
What else am I grateful?
Especially mother-daughter things. That's
it gets tough. It does get tough in the teenage world. All right, so grateful for motorcycles, man. It's given me freedom. It's given me independence. It really has changed my perspective on traveling and life in general. And I'm thankful you brought me on the show, and I get to hang out with you. I'm fucking coming down and watching you build motorcycles.
Yeah, you're always welcome. We're going to be doing some stuff.
I can't wait to come down.
For sure.
We're bringing corn dogs.
Right. Corn dogs, yeah.
We're bringing corn dogs.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Corn dogs. I know how to catch some dork fish with corn dogs, that's for sure.
And tacos.
Yeah.
Gringo
tacos, yeah. I'll make the gringo tacos. You bring the corn dogs.
Deal.
We're good with that. Okay. And Axel, I don't know, it was like 3-4 years ago. I'm like, okay, I'm not getting anybody any gifts, nothing elaborate. What do you want for Christmas? He's like, Mexican? I'm like, what? So you make Mexican food for Christmas dinner? So now every year we have enchiladas, tacos, you name it. We just have
family tradition. I love that shit. Yeah. It doesn't matter what it is, but when you guys figure something out, it just makes it awesome.
That's what he wanted for Christmas. So that was his gift. Now it just kind of goes on. This year I got roast beef though.
Did you?
Yeah, I'm not a ham or a turkey girl. I ate so much of that crap growing up, but I like big old fat piece of rib roast. Just
I love it, but you know what? I won't make fun of turkey. So when my mom makes it,
Do I
I'm super
kill it?
stoked.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm like, oh, let's just do that because I'm not making that shit in my house.
No.
I like to cook, but I'm not like a
now,
traditional turkey.
do you
girl.
bake or do you fake?
I don't bake.
See, I fake. It never turns out good, but once in a while when it does, I call it faking. I'm not baking, I'm faking, because look, it turned out good. I made bread once, that was pretty neat.
Yeah, I'm gluten free, so a lot of that shit I can't eat.
Yeah.
So yeah, it makes it a little difficult. None of that tastes like
imagine.
shit. Yeah.
Yeah, store bought shit, so you know what you're getting, right?
Yeah, but I mean, I'd rather make it myself, but it just never, they're like, tastes the same. It does not taste the same.
Right.
It tastes like cardboard.
Tastes like cardboard, yes.
It's not that I want to be skinny, it's because I can't eat the shit that makes you fat.
Right.
So here I am.
Don't worry, I got you covered on that. I have that end of it. So funny, as you get older, it doesn't come off. We're gonna talk about the hot yoga though. We're definitely gonna talk about that
big fan.
when we're done here.
Big fan.
Big fan. See? Okay. All right, everybody. Well, Miss Jess, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Put up your stuff one more time
Yeah.
so everybody knows how to
You can
see
find
you.
her.
Yeah.
Her Instagram is at 131_Harley Girl. So she has lots of followers, but follow along. And when you see her out, this bright, shining, beautiful face, make sure you come by and say hello to her.
Please.
And yeah, definitely follow along on the Instagram. And more than anything, like I always tell you guys, remember, be kind to yourself, be kind to others. Don't forget, smile, spread your sunshine, even on the rainy days. Okay, I'm going to give you my afterthought. So my afterthought is the subject this week seems to be women in motorcycling. It's been like the last couple of weeks has been on board constantly. I tell everybody, motorcycles are not gender specific. Okay, so everything is how you present it, man or woman, woman or man. It's how you present it to one another. So people should maybe sometimes think before they say things or think before they do things that not that any of us, because most of us who ride motorcycles, we're not easily offended by shit. Like, especially girls. I tell women all the time, first thing you got to do is let shit roll off your back. Because the guy standing at the lift next to the guy in the shop, he's letting it roll off his back when they're talking shit and they're not offended by things. So if we can get past that, but more than anything, I think that everybody needs to remember, again, it's how you present it. Just think of how you would want somebody to talk to you, how you would want somebody to treat you. We all have a passion. We all want to do things. We all want to work on things. And some of us are mechanically inclined. Some of us aren't. Some of us are on the design side of it, where the shit that we come up with, you can get somebody that actually works with their hands and makes it happen. It's phenomenal. And you can't discount that or discredit anybody for that because they're passionate about it. They just don't have the physical capabilities or the know-how to make it happen safely. And again, safety is a key factor. Anybody can just go out to their garage and slap shit together. Doesn't mean they're going to get down the road and still be alive at the end of 100 miles or 1,000 miles, however you want to put it. So keep that in mind when we're talking about who does what around motorcycles and stuff like that, because there's incredible young ladies, although she doesn't have her hands in on all of it. She's not out there making gas tanks and welding and doing stuff. I do stuff like that. But then there's things that she does that I can't do. So when you bring individuals together and everybody brings their strengths and helps along with other people's weakness, guess what we have? We have a great big pot of, well, what would I say? I would say it would be a pot of blooming, blossoming flowers, but that's not really a guy thing to say. Be a bunch of good shit is what it would be. So just keep that in mind. So, all right, everybody. Well, you guys know how I feel about it. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. You can go to Athena After Dark on YouTube. And then if you go to Athena After Dark Productions and you click follow on the Facebook page, that's awesome too. I'm getting there. The numbers are growing and I'm very happy. I'm grateful to you guys. We're on episode 62 and I made it every Monday night with the exception of one or two. And that was only because, well, you were there. So, all right, everybody. Well, we love you. We hope you have a great chopper day. Don't follow along Miss Jess at 131_Harley Girl on Instagram. She's doing all kinds of cool stuff. And yeah, say hello to her when you see her out. And chances are, if you come to Daytona, you'll see us together. Maybe we might be doing some crazy stuff you want to be involved in. Hey, you'll never know.
Highly likely.
Highly likely. They should stay tuned.
For sure.
Show up.
Do it.
All right. Have a great chopper day, you guys.